Welcome. So, I love how our meditation always meets us right where we are and exactly as we are. So, as you close your eyes, just turn inward to now and feel the weight of your body on what you're sitting on. And acknowledging any swirling thoughts, any emotions passing through. And letting it be okay that they're here. And whatever is arising in your awareness, just include it in the witnessing. So whether it's a microphone sound or footsteps, sounds from outside, sounds from elsewhere in your home. No need to agree or disagree with them. No need to even engage with that part of the mind that's wanting to figure out what they are and label them. Just let them pass by, include them in the witnessing. And witness the sensations in your face. Witness the sensations in your shoulders and the back of your neck. Witness the sensations of movement in your belly as your body breathes by itself. Witness the sensations in your feet. And perhaps thoughts are still arising about different things going on in your life, things that have happened or that you're anticipating. And just include them in the witnessing. No need to engage in the thought stream. Just let it pass by. Don't try to make it go away or stop. Don't try to make it be more positive. Just let it pass by and witness the sensations in your blessed body. Witness the sensations in your lower back. And notice as you keep witnessing body sensations, it's this wonderful portal to presence, this moment. And notice in the center of this moment, no matter what else is going on, in the center of this moment, underneath everything else, there's peace. There's love, non-conditional peace. It's just here all the time. And see if you can sense as you bring your attention to this, your awareness to this sense of peace, this deep peace that's not dependent on anything. It simply is. See if you can sense that for you to experience it, all that's needed is to bring your awareness here to this now moment. And we do this not by trying to block out the sounds, or the tastes, or the smells, or the thoughts, the memories, the emotions. We do it by including them, and we allow it by including them all in the witnessing. They're all part of what is in this moment. And as we let go of arguments or agreements with this moment, we're just here. In peace, in love, in clarity, in joy. And any emotions can just be witnessed, included. What is isn't a distraction from the truth that we are. So see if you can continue to experience this sense of peace and love, clarity, ease, as you let your breath gently deepen. And wiggle your toes and your fingers. Circle your ankles and your wrists. Lift your arms up and gently stretch out. And can you still sense it? Can you still be in this conscious now peace as you let your eyes softly open? Thank you.
Why have we come to earth? Do you remember? Why have we taken birth? Do you remember to love, serve, and remember?
Simply beautiful. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce our guest speaker this morning, Amrito Cross, local, Tahoe local. As a certified master spirit coach, yoga and meditation teacher, Amrito Cross brings clarity and love to help people access their truth in an uplifting and safe environment. She is a co-director with her husband, Marty, of the Center for Spiritual Development, facilitating people in embracing the wholeness of their divinity and humanity and learning how to live from presence in the world. With compassion and humor, she has been serving others in one-on-one coaching for more than 15 years, with clients ranging from young adults to octogenarians, and has been teaching yoga and meditation for more than 2 decades. So I would like to invite Amrito back up to the platform. And please push the record button.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, everyone, for being here in the physical, right here in the room. It's so lovely to see you all. And thank you, all of those of you that are joining us on Zoom. I saw a familiar name flash up for a moment on the screen. I have no idea who else is here, but thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome. So I have notes to try and remind myself of what I said I would talk about. It's always a challenge for me. So I've been noticing a lot of change going on in my life lately. Anyone else? So some of you didn't raise your hands. If you're the kind of person that's not going to raise your hand no matter what I say, raise your hand. Okay, got it. Okay. So change is part of our lives, right? Change is the one constant. And we want that. There's this change of the air coming into our bodies and coming out. Right now, we're experiencing, in Tahoe anyway, it's a very, very clear change in seasons. Most of us in this country experienced a time change. And time, of course, is a completely made-up human concept, right? So change is happening all the time, but there are lots of changes. And we know it's happening all the time. We understand that it's the constant, but we still, most of us, tend to resist lots of different types of change, some more than others, right? And when we do, we just make things harder in our own experience. So, you know, maybe some of us are feeling like, oh, I wish summer was a little longer and I could swim in the lake more. And some are saying, oh, I love that it's getting colder. And now when I swim in the lake, it's even colder and more refreshing and invigorating. I'd like that to be me. But whether we resist it or agree with it, it's just happening, yes? So my sense is, and I've been experiencing quite a bit of this in the last couple of years, year and a half, and especially in the last few months, one of the big changes that we tend to have a lot of resistance and anguish around is what we call death. And what I've noticed in everything that we resist, when we really take a look at it, when we really look at it from and as presence, what I find for myself and my spirit coaching clients and students is that when we're having difficult emotions, it's because we're believing a story from the mind, some type of interpretation from the mind that is saying that what is should not be as it is. Does that make sense? So part of how we get stuck is we think that we have to make the mind stop. How's that been going for you? So just like in the meditation, we don't need it to stop in order to have peace, because the mind is not the same as our consciousness, our presence. So presence is here, peace is here, even if the mind's going blah, 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 with everything it says. We live in a culture and we've been conditioned to make the mind and what it spews very important, and that it's very important to agree or disagree and then follow what it's saying we should do to fix what's out there that's keeping us from our peace, our love, our clarity, our happiness, our joy. And that just distracts us. So specifically coming back to what we tend to experience, we may experience when a loved one leaves their body. My beloved dog left his body recently. It's making me emotional because I just caught Marty's eye and he's like, oh my God, you're really going to talk about this? So, but I've been having this incredible experience. Yes, I cried, and it's okay. And as I'm talking about this, it's really important for all of us that whatever we're experiencing is the right experience in this moment. And our portal to presence and everything that we truly want, peace, love, clarity, joy, understanding, compassion for ourselves and others in the world, is here at presence, regardless of whatever else is going on. And so if we're trying to get away from an emotion, or we're just engaging in the stories that keep the emotion going, it's like being on a hamster wheel and running faster to try and make it stop. It just amplifies the emotion, and that's fine. There's no problem if we're doing that, because we are still presence, we're still consciousness. God is already here. The divine is already here, whatever your word is that you relate to. Already here, we already are in God, God within us. There's nowhere to get to. So if what we want is here, and we keep trying to block aspects of what is, we deprive ourselves of the conscious experience of peace and clarity and love. And I'm using those words, peace, clarity, love, those things, as qualities, as frequencies, not the same as the emotions, which are conditional, which are dependent upon, oh, I love you because you're behaving in a way that feels good to me, and because of my stories about who you are and how you behave. But if you do something that my mind says is completely unacceptable, I don't love you, I don't feel love. That's not the truth of what we are, but it might be the experience we're having in the moment. Yes? So the emotions come and go, and they don't have the capacity to take away that bigger truth of what is. So what I found can be helpful is from this place of presence that's simply here, and the only question is, am I allowing myself the conscious experience of it in this moment? And if I'm not, that's okay. And if I just acknowledge that, that's part of witnessing what is, and that is my portal to presence, right? So there's nothing that can actually keep me from it where I wouldn't have the choice. So every moment is a choice. It's not like I can say, okay, I'm choosing presence. Okay, that's done for today. Now I'm going to go about my life. Presence witnesses. What I found is when there are these stories from the mind that we have stronger habits of engaging with and believing this is the only perspective, we will be in a beautiful meditation. We're just at peace. We're in love with this moment for no reason. And then a certain topic comes to our attention. So in our meditation, it's like we have set aside the muddy glasses that limit our perspective. And then we come to what we call the end of our meditation. And some topic comes up either because somebody else introduces it or whatever. And it's as if we just go, with the muddy glasses, we put them right back on, and then we think we're going to have that same clarity and wisdom that we had a second ago. So the clarity and wisdom is still here, but just like if I actually put on muddy glasses, I wouldn't be able to see you even though you're still here, and even though my eyes are still working just as well as they do without muddy glasses. What I perceive is completely different. So what I found can be really helpful is letting go into presence, witnessing body sensations to really expand in presence as presence. And in this witnessing whatever is arising in my awareness, there's this sense that this piece that initially might seem like it's just this small spot in the center, my experience of it has expanded and it's encompassing everything. And so now, no matter what I look at, what my attention is on, I'm still potentially seeing through the same eyes of clarity, peace, love, etc. And it's etc. because it's wholeness, right? There isn't really a word. The words can only point. And yet we can all have the experience. That's the only way to really know it, is to let go into it in this moment. And when we do, if we can choose and keep letting go into presence and then consciously invite the topic that we've been struggling with and not try to fix it, just look at it, just witness it through the eyes of presence. We might find we see something completely different. And initially what I find we can let ourselves hear is the story that ego mind has about it. And when I hear what that story is, but I hear it not from inside the ego mind, where it's completely convincing, it's the fact, it's what's happening, it's unavoidable, just is that. And it's horrible and I should fix it. If I can witness it from here and just hear ego mind story from and as presence, it's like listening to a little child that someone has told the sky is going to fall tomorrow. I can have the compassion, I can listen, but I'm not going to join them in their panic. I'm not going to join them in their perspective, because what I know about the sky lets me know that not only is that not happening tomorrow, it's not possible because of the nature of the sky. And what I find as I hold things that we might actually be concerned about, things that I get concerned about, and witness them in the light, I can see there's a story underneath the story that's maybe not in my conscious awareness, but I'm believing it. And when I see that from and as presence, for example, So my dog just left his body, and there are all these stories that are based on he's not here, he's gone. So then there's this interpretation of loss, and there's anguish and pain. And then I keep, every time I see something in the house that reminds me of him, there's this like, oh, just that renewal of anguish. And I've experienced that with previous beloved dogs that have left their bodies. And I'm using that phrase very purposefully. And I thought that when Cody left his body, I would be a complete wreck because I knew how attached I am to him. And like I said, I did have tears. It was not what I would call easy. And yet, I've also been having this incredible experience of just feeling his presence. And it's been helped by my using practices and tools that help me let go into presence in this moment, which is where the truth of what I am is, where God is, where Cody's spirit is. And I can feel his presence. So in feeling his presence and his love, now when I see things in my home or everywhere in Tahoe that remind me of him, it's happy, it's joyful. It's like, oh yeah, hi Cody. It's sweet, it's loving, it's beautiful. And it goes to that initial story that the experience of grief seems to depend on, which is they're gone. And again, whatever experience you're having or have had is the right experience for you. I just want to offer that we can relate to it. There, maybe we can begin to look at it through different eyes. And if they're not gone, and I'm here, and I can connect with them, and I can feel their love, then maybe it changes my experience. Now, I've had some of these intellectual understandings for a very long time, but I didn't know what it would really be like when my dad left his body in January last year. And almost immediately, there was this sense of, I could feel his presence, and I could feel his love, except it's this really intense love, and it's vast. And it was like, wow, this is not lost, this is more. And then I felt the same with Cody. And so if we can change our relationship with change, because death is a change of form, right? A change in the nature of the relationship, perhaps. If we can change our relationship with death by holding the stories that are creating the emotion in the light, and we're not making emotion bad. Emotion is a fantastic tool. It's pointing us, inviting us home to presence, to notice the emotion, to witness it. Instead of spinning out in the stories that keep perpetuating it, to witness the emotion itself and witness the sensations in my body. And now I'm present. And now I can see, what are these stories? And just listen to the ego mind without needing to fix it. I don't need to try and convince my ego mind they're not gone, or that it shouldn't be snowing, or that it should be snowing, or that the time should have changed, or any of those other things. Because I don't have to believe my ego mind. I don't need to keep engaging in that thought stream. I can just witness it and witness what else is here, the sensations in my body. So in letting go into presence, we access wisdom as well as peace, clarity, joy. And we can let our words and actions and choices come from this place. And my sense is, if we can actually come to peace with this change that we call death, if we can be at peace with what happens when someone leaves their body, them leaving their body, us leaving our body, then perhaps we can find peace with change of all types. We can let go of this resistance and just be here with what is more easily and feel the guidance. Here as presence is where the guidance is too, right? You guys know this. It's right here, and then we can move forward in aligned action that serves the highest good for ourselves and everyone else. And so, thank you. If we can rest in knowing that all is well, even when I don't understand the change that's happening, even if there's a surprising change, even if it's a change I think I don't like, if I can rest in, and yet I know that all is well, and when I turn inward to now, I can feel the peace, I can feel this infinite love, then in the experience of this infinite love, it's very hard to believe the stories that ego mind is spewing about, oh, there's no love here, love has left. All of those stories, if we are engaging with them, it's not a problem, because again, it doesn't change what we are in the bigger truth, that all is love, that all is well. But there's this freedom to notice the experience we're having and then to let go into presence and perhaps allow a different experience. And just to be really clear, the experiences I've been having are neither better nor worse than what we consider is more normal grieving. They're just the experiences I've been having and the experiences some people have. I wanted to share this with you partly to offer a different possibility, but also I know that some people have had experiences like this, and I know that it's easy to start doubting yourself and going into, am I in denial? Am I suppressing my emotions? Does this mean I'm cold and uncaring and I didn't really love the person? It's like, no, those are just stories and bait from the mind. But if anyone out there has had tastes of experiences like this, I just want you to know that it doesn't mean any of those things, and it is possible. And again, whatever experience you're having is right for you in this moment. And in this moment, if it's here, it's part of what is, and therefore part of your portal to presence, if you can include it in the witnessing. So neither agreeing nor disagreeing with what's here, neither agreeing nor disagreeing with the thoughts or the emotions or the world or your neighbor or your partner. Just here. And I just want to finish with saying, everything I've shared, I'm sharing it from a place of, I'm learning to live this too. I don't have it down. We're all in this together. So thank you, thank you, thank you.